Hi, welcome to Classic Car Cave. So I'm going to be working on the XK, particularly this hockey stick here. I don't know if that's actually called a hockey stick, but it's the chrome outer. The problem with this is the original stuff, and I had it redone because there was a few holes in it, and somebody had drilled a hole to put a self-tapper through it when the car was a wreck. And I had that filled in with brass, and then I had it all re-chromed. And what I didn't do was, I didn't know at the time, unfortunately, is that what I should have done when the car was in, while we were preparing it, or doing the bodywork, we should have put the screen and the rubber in and checked that it fitted here correctly. And obviously it doesn't. So the big decision now, or the thing I have to do, and I've really got no choice in this matter, a pair of these, just this piece here up to here, and here is €917. Now by the time I pay the tax on that, it's going to be well in excess of €1,000 for two of these. So and from what I can see on the S&G Barrett side, they don't even come chromed. They're brass, which is obviously the main material for them is brass, and then I guess you cut them to shape and have them re-chromed. So this is not a cheap option. So my thinking is, what I'm going to do is, obviously it's completely out of place, it needs to be fitted properly. So what I'm going to do is, it's okay on this end but it's not here, so what I'm going to do is put some masking tape on there, try and get the line absolutely right with the masking tape, and then cut, and I'll cut away from the chrome. Well, I'll have to cut the chrome, it's going to blister it for sure. And then the worst comes to the worst, if I can get it right, fingers crossed, if I can get it right the first time, if the worst comes to the worst, the best scenario would be I catch just the brass and I can file it by hand, and it looks okay because it's underneath. The worst case is I clean it up, I take it back to the chromer, he completely takes the chrome off it, puts it in acid and takes the chrome off, rebrasses and coppers it and puts the chrome back on both sides, and unfortunately both sides are exactly the same. But every car I've looked at has this right onto this chrome strip here. So why these were like this from original, I don't know. But anyway, it looks awful. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my mic on and my remote here on this Sony camera. So I'll bring you in and I'll show you exactly what the story is here, so you can see. Hopefully you can see that. So you can see how bad out that is. It's like a square sticking out. If we're going to come in even more, yeah, that's even better, I think. Yeah, so you can see here it's good, but there's the bottom of the chrome there, and you can see how much needs to come off this. So what I have to do is work out what the arc is across there, and then tape it up. It's the only thing I can do, and it's exactly the same on the other side. I will show you that so you know where we are or where we're starting from. And as I said, I'll just have to tape it and try and cut it not to the edge, but cut it enough that I've got enough meat off it that I can then use a hand file and file it. But it's going to go through to the brass for sure. And what that's going to do to the chrome, I don't know. But I guess we have no option. But anyway, so yeah. So it's the same situation on the other side. I'll take you around and show you that now. But it's even worse the other side, because it won't even fit into that corner piece there. But I'm hoping by having to cut this down that it'll be easier to lift it up and be able to manipulate it without actually slicing it and cutting it. I'll show you what that looks like right now. So as you can see from this side, the same situation. You see this huge gap here. I'll just bring you in a bit so you can actually see it. I think you can see there just what a big gap that is. Maybe I'll bring in even a bit more. So you can see there's the problem. It's quite a bit away from that. But I'm hoping once I cut this down to that level, this will make this easier to move. It'll make it move. Sorry, I've got my hand in the way. But maybe when I've cut this back quite a lot, put a piece of tape on it and cut it, maybe this might be easier to manipulate it up or down. Because if I can't get, this is perfect on the top, I'll show you what I mean. I'll bring it back out again. Sorry, I'm not working this very well. Yeah, you can see here on the top it's perfect, but it's down here where the problem is. So I'm hoping by cutting that off, it gives me a chance to manipulate this piece on the end somewhat. So the next thing I'll do is tape it up, and then I'll have to put the cutter to it. I think what I'll do is use a Dremel and try and do the least amount of damage I can, because I think a big grinding, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but what I'm really concerned about is the actual cost of replacing this if I screw it up. As you can see, front of the car's looking really nice. It's got the leaping Jaguar. Not all of them had it. I think it was an option to put that on, but I particularly like it anyway. The car's still pretty manky. It needs a good clean. And this week we're going to order all the new tyres for it, so it needs 5 new tyres. So I'm going to get those organised, because the ones that are on it are unequal. I know that sounds crazy. The rims themselves are correct, but the tyre height and everything is wrong. So it's a little bit of an angle. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'll bring you in. You can see how nice that looks, that chrome. Very happy with that. The only piece I said that's bad is the windscreen pillars. I think you have to admit that Leaping Cat looks really nice. Very impressed with it. And the chrome, the new chrome grille has come out really well as well, so I'm very pleased with that.